Hello Smash Com Tourney of Tourney fans and welcome to Alpha League number 7 from Series 2. Had to think about that then. And it is a good evening from me. For many reasons. Firstly, this is quite late for me to be filming. But it is evening, which means lower half, which you can't see. Just going to have to take my word for it. PJs. Middle half, my brand new Smash Com Tourney of Tourneys t-shirt from my lovely wife for our anniversary. So shout out to you, mums. Thank you very much. And I'm not wearing a hat. That's all. That's basically why I said good evening, just so I could do that introduction. But it's also good because we have an excellent Alpha League number 7, and I'm going to try and be chill because I'm quite relaxed. However, shit's going down. There's 4 Crystal League matches, including quite a big one, which we will get to. Let's start the tournament. Let's do it. And lots of good matchups as well. A lot of people who have fought before and have some scores to settle. So, yeah, looking forward to this one. And we start with a Titan match of Villager versus Dark Pit. That's Villager from the Cosmo Vipers versus Dark Pit from the Energy Source. Villager ranked 6th, Dark Pit ranked 7th. And Villager has beaten Dark Pit twice before. And this is a level where you can't just get smashed off. You can only get hit into some lava or something. So it should be interesting to see where our fighters go from here. Obviously I've got a root for Dark Pit for the fact he's an Energy Source fighter. And there is a hammer there, which could do some damage. Dark Pit's looking good and picks up the hammer. Okay, bad for Villager, but Villager can run away. And he's done that. So Dark Pit's just standing there like an idiot with a hammer. But it doesn't matter, we're back in the room. The fight continues, and Dark Pit at the moment is decimating. It's a good hit there. Villager, coincidentally, has had an amazing few tourneys. Has really shot up the ranks. Which is good to see, because, you know, he might be a devil child, but he's alright. Dark Pit hasn't quite reached his potential yet, but this could be the start. It's better late than never, because obviously there's 2 Alpha League tournaments left, so all the Ultimate Dream Teamers out there, this is the time. You need your fighters to do good now. Otherwise, wasted season. I'm joking. It's always next series. Anyway, a long match as expected. It is quite hard to kill someone here. One big hit from Dark Pit and this would be over. Can Villager hold on for 40 seconds? It has picked up his final smash. Which again, don't know how good that's going to be on a level like this. But we'll see. Oh, don't feel like he's going to be able to land it. This is a good fight to set us off. And they're both quite on even Stevens at the moment. Dark Pit is saved by that little arrow thing. We have 5 seconds left. See, it feels like Dark Pit was in control, but Villager did have that final smash, so anything could have happened on a normal level. So let's just see he gets that first attack in. And Villager jumps to his death. Jumps into a lava pit and is dead, which means Villager wins and continues to beat Dark Pit 3 times now. That is a painful one. Well done to Magnum Condoms and Jaff, who's the only person to have Villager. And that has been a great shout. Firstly, Dark Pit goes down to 8th. And is now on joint points with Kirby, so could lose his spot in the All-Star rankings. And Villager, 24 for 12, which puts him still 6th. In joint points with Byleth, who had a terrible tournament last time. So let's see what happens to Byleth this time. But up next is Meta Knight, another Cosmo Viper, versus DK from the Gorilla Limon. And again, these guys have fought before and Meta Knight won. So can he do it again? Or can Gorilla Limon get a much needed win? Because the Vipers don't think they need wins. I mean, they do need wins. They're 4th. But Limon need them more because they are last. Oosh. I'll best put Dark Pit in. Oh, not Dark Pit, Villager. Villager's through 6th place. Congrats. Okay, so far, Not that I've been paying any attention, but Donkey Kong seems to be doing really well, and Meta Knight is struggling. Now I know we have some Ultimate Dream Teamers with DK and Meta Knight, bear in mind, but I'm going to do DK first, if I can find him. Which I cannot. Oh yeah, he's in F tier. So, We Will Rock You, Ash, Tenement Chilies, a Thud, and that's it. 2 key people with Donkey Kong, who so far is fighting well. And Meta Knight is, in King K. Rool rules, our 3rd place team. When Life Gives You Lemon, our 4th place team. And Donkey Kong seemed hard done by there. This seems to be one of those tourneys. So that's good news for the teams I just mentioned, and Nippleback as well. Meta Knight gets through. 18 wins to 13. He's gone from 18th to 15th. Shows how close that is in that area. And DK, 10 to 15. DK's now in 51st, which has moved him into relegation and down 3 places. Which is good for the likes of people who've gone above him. So Cloud, Rosalina from the Beta League, and Luigi as well. But Luigi has a tough match ahead. But we'll get to that. Anyway, next up. As the Cosmo Vipers run rampage in the tourneys so far, we have 2 Shroom Dogs, which is the newly appointed Sheik and Ganondorf, who from last series have come from the Cosmo Vipers, speaking of the Devils, and the Red Robots, both making up the new Shroom Dogs of Series 2. I say new, this is like, how many tournaments? Quite a few. And Sheik started well by winning that Crystal League, but apart from that, Sheik has done barely anything. And it almost looked like Ganondorf was going to win there. That happened a few seconds ago, by the way. I'm not lagging that much, he says. Ooh, Ganondorf missed, and he has slipped a little bit. Big hit there on Sheik. And Sheik lucked out there, I think, with that shield. It's too late to tell you the actual name of, but Sheik mugs off Ganondorf there, to be honest, who has been having an amazing few tourneys, was in pretty much joint 3rd, but is now going to slip a little bit. Not much, still in 4th. But wouldn't have liked that with only one more opportunity to climb the ranks. Think about it, a few tournaments ago Ganondorf was almost MVP. But a rare win for Sheik, who's on 21 for 13. And is on joint points with Dark Pit again. So Dark Pit really looking in the doghouse here. But that's good for Sheik and everyone who has Sheik. Bad for everyone who has Ganondorf. And we have Pichu versus Sephiroth. Pichu from the Red Robots, Sephiroth, the 3rd Cosmo Viper in 4 fights. Sephiroth, coincidentally, MVP. So, he hasn't really performed that much in this series. However, this is a tough game against Pichu, who's ranked 12th at the moment. And they both have beaten each other before. So, who's going to be the better fighter by the end of this? And so far, Pichu is actually the one who's kicking ass right now. Sephiroth, bit like someone I said earlier, I can't remember who, but hasn't reached the heights of his last series. All that could change in these last 2 Alpha tournaments. And it has, as Pichu, who no one's got in their dream team, slips and falls. I don't know if the floor was wet, but Sephiroth wins, which puts him on the first character to get to 30 wins, which puts him in 17 overall, which moves him 1 point clear of King Dedede, who is yet to fight. Pichu losing against the better fighter, really, and goes down to 13th. And then Sephiroth faces off against Sheik in the next round, which we love to see. Well done, Seth, and well done to everyone who has Seth, because I know a lot of people do. Next up, Link versus Shulk. Now, Link is in We Will Rock You, Ash's team, And Shulk, who comes second last time, is in no one's team. And obviously the teams they're from, Shulk, Cockadoodle Dude, and Link, ex-Cockadoodle Dude, but become the all-star of Gorilla Limon. And I'm pretty sure this fight has happened a few times. It's happened 3 times, and at the moment Shulk is 2-1. And one of them was probably in that last tournament, because I can remember Shulk beating like 3 or 4 all-stars. And Link needing a win here. He's 17th at the moment. But at the moment, he's struggling against Shulk, who, after the last tournament, has got people thinking, where'd he come from? Considering he come second, sorry, he didn't come first. He's 28th, so it's still a long way to go. And Link is dead, and Shulk continues to fight extremely well. And that could be it for Link's opportunity to be an all-star next series. 17-14. So Link's on 3 in total. So if he was to win 5, he would be on 8. So that is slim pickings for Link to become an all-star again. That could have been a massive, got the word out in the end, missed opportunity. As Shulk goes up to 25th. Well done to Shulk. I like Shulk. He's cool. Anyway, we have our first crystal match here between Ike and Zelda. Ike from Gorilla Limon and Zelda from the Com ToT. And how are they doing in the Crystal League? So this is a Ruby match. And Zelda has won twice against Byleth and Mewtwo. Same as Olimar and Byleth, who have also won twice. And Ike has only won once against Mewtwo. So Zelda could have 3 wins under her belt if she does win this. That would be good for Mega Drive. My brother Jimmy as well. But Ike, who is in a lot of Dream Teams, I believe. King K. Rool Rules. Wah. And Tenement Chilies. Where am I looking? Yeah, no, that's alright. Anyway, these guys haven't fought before, and at the moment Ike seems to be doing incredibly well. And that's a big hit, and Zelda is dazed, and that should be game, set, match. That's a huge hit. You can see a move, and Zelda loses. 13-15. Stays in 37th. Whereas Ike, who's was having a good tournament, he slipped a little bit, is now in 25th. So has taken Shulk's place, which means that next fight will be pretty good, because Ike is 25th and Shulk is 26th, so that's close ranking there. And a good win for Gorilla Limon, who need it. It's probably a little bit too late, but still. Right, Ike has beaten Zelda. So now he is officially on 2 wins. Like everyone else. And another Crystal League match for Lucario and Kirby. Lucario, who is in Boom Makalaka, a Makaway's differential, and Kirby is in Chode's team as well, Nippleback. Both differentials. Lucario for the Cockadoodle Dudes, who have already got Shulk through, and Kirby for the Com ToT, who have no one through. And how they doing on Crystal Leagues, I should say, as this is an Obsidian Crystal League. There's not been many of them. Considering there's 5 Alpha League fighters in it, there's not been huge amounts. However, Kirby has won 2, and Lucario has won none. So this could be a good start for Lucario if he gets a win here, but he's usually not fighting too well. And Kirby's a tough fighter. Let's not badmouth Kirby too much. Remember, Kirby could still hold on to that all-star position if they win this. Lucario is struggling at the moment, but somehow survived there. Kirby is not easy to get rid of in those low down positions. Lucario is struggling. He is charging up a little thing there, and it's hit Kirby, and Lucario gets the win! Yes! Lucario with his first Crystal League match and takes out an absolute titan in Kirby. That's awesome. So, Lucario, good win there for you, Mac, as well. Love to see that. Sorry, Chode. Lucario, 14 for 14, so he's 32nd at the moment. He's really slipped this series. He's moved up 4 ranks because of that win. So, Kirby, however, 22 to 15 now, which puts Kirby on 7 in total. So Sheik has gone above Kirby. And Sheik is on 8. So it's a good place to be. And Dark Pit is in luck there. The Alpha League fighters who can kind of try and catch up to become an all-star. Pokemon Trainer is on 5, so needs 3 wins. There's quite a gap. Anyway, enough of that because that's complicated. King Dedede for the Red Robots, and we know the stakes for King Dedede. He was on the same points as Sephiroth. Which means that if he wins this, he'll still be on the same points as Sephiroth. Which is pretty cool. Because it never looked like Sephiroth was going to be caught, but who knew? Anyway, another dude's fighter through with Lucario, and now we have an energy source fighter. Needing someone through, as we lost Dark Pit. But it's against King Dedede, who's beaten Pikachu before, to no one's surprise. But Bomberman's running around. I'm not sure whose team Bomberman is on. But okay, great news for the energy source and for anyone who has Pikachu, which is Wah. Oh, Nath, you have both of them. But Pikachu got through. And when life gives you lemons as well. So, did not expect that one. If there was one fight, I thought, that's a definite. That was King Dedede winning there. But Pikachu wins and moves to 37th. And King Dedede throwing the opportunity to be MVP away as he's 27 for 12 now. So he's on 15 and Sephiroth's on 17. And he's done well, Sephiroth, because Ganondorf is out. So he's just got Olimar and Byleth who are trying to catch at the moment. Anyway, keep getting distracted. A great win for the energy source. And we have a Pokemon battle in the next round with Lucario versus Pikachu. Love to see that. I'm going to see if they fought before. Whilst I do that, I will introduce Bowser from the Shroom Dogs and Byleth from the Red Robots. So another high tier fighter with Byleth. Lucario versus Pikachu. Let's have a look. Nope, never fought before. Love that. But yes, Byleth, Red Robot. Red Robots who have no one through at the moment. But they have only had one fight. Maybe. No, Pichu. Pichu went out against Sephiroth. Can Byleth beat Bowser here? Bowser, who coincidentally in the Nintendo Play, was it called? I can't think what it's called. Like Nintendo, voiced by Jack Black. Not Nintendo voiced by Jack Black. It'd be better if it was. But Bowser looked awesome, by the way. Thought I'd throw that one in there. Anyway, little Shovel Knight there. I like Shovel Knight. Still not really sure what he does. I could look it up, but it looks like Bowser is out. Which, Bowser being one of the weaker Alpha League fighters, that was kind of expected. But shout outs to Jack Black, formerly of School of Rock fame. If you know, you know. Byleth, 25 for 12. So Byleth is now still 5th, but is on the same points as Ganondorf. And Byleth returns to winning ways. Well done, Byleth. Good to see. And another crystal match on the way, and that is Mega Man versus Simon. And this could be quite an important one. This is one of the important ones because Simon has 3 and Snake has 4. But this could put Simon on 4 as well, and Snake is having no luck. That would be robbery for poor Snake fans. However, Mega Man has beaten Simon before. They've both beaten each other once. So anything could happen here. Mega Man only has the 1. That's against Simon. So Mega Man's going for his 2nd Crystal League win here. But that could be a curveball for anyone who has Simon. Let's not big it up until he actually wins. Because he may not win. And then we'd be back to where he was in the first place. And I love Mega Man. Shroom Dog. And I hate Simon. But I do like the Limon, who need the wins. So I'm a bit torn here. I'm joking, I'm not torn. I just want Simon to lose. So far Simon is in the driving seat, but Mega Man's definitely not throwing it away. Okay. We've got less than a minute here. Okay, Simon's picked up a rocket. Oh, that's a good hit there from Mega Man. Another good hit there from Mega Man. Simon just about holds on. Simon's picked up an assist trophy, which I could explain to you, but it's looking a bit too close at the moment, and it's not really impacting the fight that much. Don't think it is anyway. Unless it's doing something I don't know about. Okay, so it actually dazed Mega Man whilst he was holding on there. I'll try and cover that in the next fight. What happened there, but Simon wins. Okay, so let's deal with that first. He's on 15 for 14. Mega Man, unfortunately, 17 for 15. So, good for Gorilla Limon. But better for Simon, who is now on 4. The same as Solid Snake. Now, who has Simon? Let's have a look. Our first place fighter, Benny P, for the Karaoke Kings, does have Simon. That would be a nail in the coffin. So does When Life Gives You Lemons. Jamie has Simon. And so does the Randominators, SP. So, you three, watch this space. Watch this space. Who's he fighting in the next round? Oh, Byleth. He should be out. Okay, so the potential for Simon to fight in the Emerald League again, if he can beat Byleth, obviously, and if Dr. Mario gets through for the Red Robots versus Robin for the Fuels. So, obviously, I don't know why I said obviously, but these guys have fought before, and it's 1-1. That's quite obvious. I was going to try and find that assist trophy, but it doesn't help when you don't know what they're called. Could miss a lot of fighting here. Good luck to everyone who has Robin. No one has Dr. Mario. The only thing that would be exciting for is anyone who has Simon. So if you're a Simon fan, maybe you want to root for him. I can't find this assist trophy. Maybe they don't exist. Yeah, good commentary here. That's why I'm here. That's why I don't get paid. Oh, I found it. Her name was Yuri Kozukata. Yuri gets out her camera obscura. Ah, oh, man. I was really getting into that. Yuri, you'll get your moment one day, my dearest. Sorry, anyway. Oh, now I've lost my sheet. I need my sheet. So, let me commentate. So, as you guys can see, Dr. Mario is the winner, which means I'm back. There's a hole at the back of that chair. Dr. Mario wins, which means sucks for Robin and anyone who has Robin, which is quite a few people. 18 for 15. Robin's on now, 23rd, and Simon goes up to third. Not Simon. Oh. Dr. Mario goes up to 31st, which is pretty close to Simon, funnily enough. However, the interesting thing here is that if Dr. Mario beats this next fighter and Simon wins, there'll be an Emerald Crystal match, and that will be for the Emerald Crystal. Poor round 2 is going to be good, but this is a great fight because, again, like Simon's position, Sonic for the Fossil Fuels versus Luigi for the Gun Tech is a Sapphire Crystal match, which, looking at it, Luigi has none because Luigi's pretty rubbish at the moment, and Sonic has 3, so this could be Sonic's 4th. Which means, anyone who has Sonic, I won't get you excited. Yet. I know Team Nuggets, Molly. Already one shout out, but here's another. You've got both of these, so you're guaranteed a win here. What a day. That's Sonic. Imagine if Sonic wins the Sapphire Crystal League in the same season that Sheep won the Sapphire Crystal League. That would be intense crazy. Anyway, at the moment, Sonic is fighting well. Luigi is not, but there is an assist trophy. Hopefully it's Yuri, and Yuri gets her time. Sonic is causing havoc. Fossil Fuels have no one through at the moment as well. Obviously, they have only had one fighter. I keep saying that. No one through. How Sonic hasn't won this yet. Anyway, that looks like something from Majora's Mask, and everyone's invisible. So what's going to happen is, I'm probably going to find this, and it's going to say, so it's Skull Kid. And the news about Skull Kid uses one of these disruptions. Oh, Skull Kid has a few things they can do. Flipping the stage upside down. Reversing all players' controls, or making all fighters invisible. So I wanted to finish that, but we just saw what happened, and it was kind of inevitable in that battle, because Luigi was so bad, and has been so bad. And that probably puts Luigi in relegation. It does. Hi, DK. Almost pushes Cloud out, though. It does push Rosalina out. But anyway, Sonic with the win. So Sonic, who's on 17 for 13, is on 4 in total. And has the potential to win another 5 if he has another Sapphire Crystal League match. Sonic's beaten Luigi in the last 2, so that's excellent. However, let's see who has Sonic. So as I said, Team Nuggets, I know. The Wonder Boys, both bottom teams. That could change things massively. And the other team who has Sonic, Ash, we will rock you. Which would put you, my friend, in 5th. It would shoot you up. That's all I'm saying. It would shoot you up. That sounds bad, I know, but I mean it in a good way. But well done to Sonic. So there's a lot riding on that next fight there. Yeah, we'll just wait and see. It's exciting stuff though. But next up we have Ice Climbers from the Cockle-Doodle Dudes versus Chris Pratt from the Cosmo Vipers. I'm going to do another obscure shout out here. And that, I think his name is Charles Martinelli? Is it Charles Martinelli? I think it is. If it's not, I'm really sorry I got your name wrong. But the guy who voices Mario, what a legend. Deserved to voice Mario in this little Disney thing, but nah. We get Chris Pratt. Anyway, we're not here for politics, we're here for Smash Com ToT. Ice Climbers in 2 dream teams. Team Nuggets and SP has them in the randominators. We almost called that SP team. SP team. And Mario, who is the differential in the Karaoke Kings, are current leaders. But only by 2 points. As Rosie has moved into 2nd for King K. Rool rules and has through Sephiroth, Meta Knight and Ike. Well done to Rosie. All your Alpha League fighters through. Benny P. Oliver's not 4. Robin is out. Simon through. And this is a close game at the moment. That's a great hit there from the Ice Climbers. Okay, 1 Ice Climber is out. There's a Meowth. I could tell you what Meowth does, but you know full well I'm not going to finish it. Come on, I can find it. I can find it. Meowth. Payday. Meowth will hurl coins in a horizontal trajectory and will switch the direction in its oriented to face opponents. I couldn't get the words out, but I missed what happened. Why have I even got this? Why have I even got this? Anyway, Super Mario. Chris Pratt wins. Good for the Karaoke Kings. Amazing for the Karaoke Kings. We only have 4 tournaments left to hold on to that lead. And Ice Climbers sadly losing. 17 for 15. They were all-stars of the Cockle-Doodle Dudes and are now in D tier. So Ice Climbers have had a really terrible tournament. Oh, I've just put them through there though. Mario got through, that's what we wanted. Mario's in 25th now, I should add. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the Ice Climbers, because they've had a really rough tournament. They've won 3 and lost 7. -4 in total. Anyway, Olimar from the Fossil Fuels versus Pokemon Trainer for the Gum Tech. Gumtech, who are still yet to have a fighter through. And are going to struggle to do so as Olimar has beaten the Gumtech 3-1 and is ranked 3rd. Pokemon Trainer ranked 14th. So, what's going to happen here? Is Olimar going to carry on his winning ways? Or can Pokemon Trainer turn things around? So far, Pokemon Trainer's opting for Squirtle as Olimar is just doing his thing. Okay, I've still got a little ray gun there. Nice. Okay, Charizard's in the building. There's another Pokemon there. This Pokemon does actually do some serious damage, but... Oh, and some knocking. I don't know what it's called. I've got no pictures of the Pokemon, so... I would just have to guess. By the name. Oh, maybe. I think I've got it here. It's a real strong maybe, because if I get it wrong, and it's not that Pokemon, it'll be weird. Maybe I need some pictures of those ones. Anyway, that's a finisher from Pokemon Trainer, and it's landed, and that means that Olimar is dead. So thankfully I don't have to embarrass myself with my lack of new Pokemon knowledge. But Olimar is out, which again is putting the title race to bed for MVP. As Olimar goes down to 13 in total. So currently Sephiroth has that 2-point lead, but everyone who's close to him is out. Byleth, who's 5th, is 4 points off Sephiroth, so quite a way to go. Which means that Sephiroth could be looking at MVP. Crazy stuff. Anyway, Pokemon Trainer, 19 for 13, is now 12. Well done to Pokemon Trainer. And to anyone who has Pokemon Trainer, which is the likes of Tenement Chilies, and we will rock you. Next up is a bit of a dud with Palutena from the Energy Source versus Roy from the Cockadoodle Dudes. Roy, who's really needing a win and has not been very good for quite a while now, to be honest. Is in 46th, and Palutena for the Energy Source, who's 39th. Dream Team wise, Palutena is in the Pit Crew and in the Magnum Condoms. And Roy is in the Wonder Boys and obviously Roy's Boys. Who at the moment, how everything stands, no one has moved at all in the ranks except for King K. Rules has gone above Skyroy's, going to 2nd place. He's currently 3 points off of the Karaoke Kings. Benny P losing a fighter there, which means you've only got left Chris Pratt, Mario, and Simon. Whereas Rosie has 3 people through, so this is pretty intense. Speaking of intense, what's going on here? Palutena gets the win, and Roy, another loss for Roy, who's been a real terrible fighter this tourney. 10 for 15. Let's not forget that Roy was a pro, and now he's ranked 49th. So he has slipped massively. And I'm going to find that bit of information out for you in a bit. As Palutena gets a win for the Energy Source, which is nice. Roy has gone down the most. He's gone down 29 ranks, which is the worst of the whole series. Shows how good Roy's doing. And next up, final Energy Source fighter with Marth versus Little Mac from the Fossil Fuels. Did I even add their wins there? I can't remember. Did I? Yeah, because Roy's dropped, yeah. So Roy's gone into relegation as well. So Roy, DK and Luigi have pushed out Marth, who has a chance to get a bit of a gap here. Rosalina and Cloud, who are both in the Beta League. But that would be great for Marth, who is in Team Nuggets, and Little Mac, who is in... wow. And Marth wins. Nathan loses Little Mac, and Marth for Team Nuggets gets through. And another Energy Source fighter. Is that 3 or 4? It's 3. Who did we lose? Oh, Dark Pit. We lost our best fighter. But I'll take it, because Little Mac out. goes down to, stays in 16th. And Marth, needing that win, 11 for 14, goes up to 40th. So that could secure a safe place there for Marth. Oh no, I feel like my mouse is about to die. That would be a nightmare. It wouldn't be that much of a nightmare. We'd survive. But that's it, round 1. Well done to Marth, who faces another energy source fighter in the next round. And we start with 2 Cosmo Vipers. Speaking of a same team duel with Villager versus Meta Knight. Villager, who is in the Sapphire League, could face Sephiroth in the next round if that all goes through. Like, just got to see what happens here. Still can't believe the turnaround of Villager. And then, why do I even say anything? Villager wins in seconds. Meta Knight, 18 for 14, goes down. No, stays in 15th. Every time I say goes down, it goes wrong. Villager, 25 for 12, is still 6th. But it's on the same points as 4 fighters. Olimar, who's out. Ganondorf, who's out. Byleth, who's through. And Villager, who's through, are all on 13. So that is close up in the A tier there. 1 Sapphire League fighter through, which again increases the odds for Sonic to face one if Sonic gets through. And it would increase the odds more now if Sephiroth manages to beat Sheik. Sheik, who? Let's have a look at Dream Team. Sheik. We got Team Nuggets. We got Boom Makalaka. Boom. Oh, Boom, you've got both of these fighters. You're going to get them with someone through. Mac, all of your fighters got through. That's crazy. And I was going to check Nathan, so I think all your fighters are... Oh, no. Nathan, you've got Pikachu and Ike. So, actually, you're having an alright tournament here. Who else has Sheik? The Randominators, SP, and the Pit Crew as well. Rachel, Palutena, and Sheik through. That's good. Jimmy, who have you got through? Not Robin, not Zelda, only Sephiroth. So this should be a fun one to watch at home together. That's a good hit there from Sephiroth. Needed that really, because Sheik was dominating. But he's picked up his final smash, which I'm still not really sure what it does. I know it's the Supernova. Sheik is staying away, and I don't know what Seth's doing up there. He's playing like a little game. Sheik's just hit a bomb by the looks of things. Okay, he's picked up a spicy curry, which shoots out loads of fire. That's my definition for it. Let's see if he uses his special. Might not even need to at this rate. He appears to not be using it. The computer is so weird, I would just use it now to make sure I don't lose it. Good hit, there you go. Right, he's used it. Let's see what happens. Earth is destroyed, and so is Sheik. I don't know why, I've seen that before and it didn't do anything. Who knows, but anyway, Sephiroth gets through and the MVP gets himself into a crystal match. He's 31 for 13 and it's Sephiroth's time. Here he comes. I'm sure he did it near the end of last series as well. Sheik, 21 for 14, is in 10th. So who's in 8th? Still Dark Pit, just about. And Seth gets through to face Villager in a Crystal League match of a Sapphire League, which Villager has won and Sephiroth has won. And that was against Villager, believe it or not. But the exciting part about that is that increases the odds for Sonic to face someone. So we could be winning a crystal here. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Anything could happen, but it's just not there in my heart. Like, sometimes I got that vibe and it's not there. I could be wrong though. I am wrong quite a lot. Anyway, Shulk for the Cockadoodle Dudes versus Ike for Gorilla Limon. Should also mention that the Dogs only had one fighter through, which was Sheik, which could be costly in the team ranks, as the energy source are only 5 points away from them. Cosmo Vipers have also overtaken the fossil fuels, I should add. as they did have 3 or 4 fighters through. Anyway, Ike's doing rubbish. And Shulk, the finalist himself from last series, last tourney, is destroying Ike at the moment. Ike, I've already mentioned, is in 3 dream teams. A lot of Ike fans needing him to get through, but could do a good attack here. No, he decides to defend, but he is fighting back. It is looking less embarrassing now. Oh, that's a good counter there from Shulk, but Ike manages to survive. Shulk goes for the final smash, but fails to destroy it as it re-enters the arena. Shulk uses the smash, hits Ike, and that is probably game over. Well, that's a cool special. Not cool for Ike, though. Now, another interesting fact here. Shulk, well done. He's now 17th. As Ike falls and we lose a Dream Team favourite. Ike now in 28th. Shulk is in the Sapphire Crystal League. That's another Sapphire fighter. They're all coming out to play now. They are all coming out to play. That obviously depends on Sonic, but the reason I'm bigging it up is because Sonic faces Dr. Mario, which could also be a very important Crystal League match. In other news, down in rank 34 to 37, we have Lucario for the Cockadoodle Dudes who just got through Shulk versus Pikachu in the first Energy Source fighter in round 2. Both of who have had a bit of a journey really, because Pikachu obviously was the Energy Source's all-star and lost that rank this series, and Lucario, who was a pro for the Dudes and last season's pro champion. So in phase 2, the drafting league, Lucario had the chance to draft the best 8th fighter, if that makes sense. I can't remember who that was. However, Lucario hasn't quite reached the heights of Series 1 yet. But again, this all could change. But there is 2 assist trophies there. Pikachu has picked one up. And Lucario is struggling here. There's another assist trophy. This is carnage at the moment. It's not looking good for Lucario though. I believe everyone is against him as he goes down to 120%. Pikachu's on 9. Oh yeah, this is painful. just put him out of his misery. Sorry, Mac. He got Seth through. That's something. But great news for Pikachu, who is through. He's on a roll. He's gone to 35th. As Lucario goes to 14 to 15, is now 37th. Pikachu rocking it for the Energy Source against Shulk next round. Love to see that. Anyway, very, very important fight here. Obviously, Byleth for the Red Robots. No one has Byleth, even though I really love Byleth. No one has her. And Simon for Gorilla Limon. And obviously, if Simon wins this, he has the opportunity to face Dr. Mario, if Dr. Mario wins, for the Emerald League Crystal match, which is pretty epic. As Simon is obviously on 4, and so is Sonic, who are both still in the league and still have opportunities here. Simon starts well. There's a bomb on there. But he gets hit by it. Instead of picking it up and throwing it at Byleth, he gets hit. But he is dominating at the moment. Both big hits then, both of them miss. He picks up an assist trophy. This is too intense. This is of Crystal League importance. Simon wins. Oh no. This is worse than Isabelle winning last time. Okay, Byleth. 25 for 13 now. Goes down to 6th. Villager now going above her. And Simon gets through. 16 for 14. He is in 29th. Which moves him up 1 position. Which isn't that exciting. But it all comes down to this. And that is if Dr. Mario wins for the Red Robots versus Sonic from the Fossil Fuels. If Sonic gets through, Sonic could potentially face a Sapphire League fighter in the final. Only in the final. And could win it. could win the Sapphire League in the final match. However, if Dr. Mario wins, which at the moment Dr. Mario is doing, will face Simon, and Simon could win the Emerald Crystal League and take it away from Snake, who... Okay, back to Snake, who Sod's Law has had such a shit tournament, it's probably going to happen, but stuff is happening. Dr. Mario beats Sonic quite easily. Sonic got 0%'ed, he got whitewashed. He moves up to 30th, which is one rank behind Simon, which makes it very interesting. And Sonic loses. 17 to 14 goes down to 25th. Now, Dr. Mario faces Simon in an Emerald League final. Have they fought before? Let's find out that information whilst we get to the next fight. Dr. Mario versus Sonic. Don't feel like they have. Could be completely wrong. They have not fought before. So I've got no evidence of who's going to win. But that is epic. Anyway, I've got to move on because there's other fighters. We have Chris Pratt versus Pokemon Trainer. There are 12 ranks between them. Mario is a Cosmo Viper and is their 4th fighter. But he is in a pro position at the moment, so I could make him end up moving from the Cosmo Vipers. I don't know. There's lots of things to change at the end of the series. Always interesting to keep an eye on though, and to follow. The drafting's fun, trading's fun. One of my favourite bits. And Pokemon Trainer, who's for the Gumtech, and the Gumtech's last fighter through. And obviously, like I said, the people who have Simon includes Benny P and the Karaoke Kings, who are 3 points clear at the moment. Who won? Pokemon Trainer wins, which helps out We Will Rock You and Tenement Chilies. Well done, Pokemon Trainer. Always like Pokemon Trainer. 20 wins, 13 losses, puts them in 10th. So, another win would put them on joint points with Dark Pit, which means that Pokemon Trainer, if wins this tourney, could end up in all-star position, which I did not see at the start of this tournament. Chris Pratt's finally out. Pokemon Trainer in 10th. Overtakes Kirby, is that right? No, same points as Kirby. Who's the all-star, obviously, of the tech. And we have 2 Energy Source fighters, which is Palutena versus Marth, ranked 38th and 40th. Very exciting one. Oh, Pokemon Trainer is also an Emerald League fighter, so if Dr. Mario manages to get through and faces Pokemon Trainer, Dr. Mario has 2. Wait, I said Dr. Mario and Simon have never fought before, but they fought in a Crystal League, according to my thing. That's not good. Dr. Mario. Oh, I looked at the wrong fighter. I looked at Sonic. So Dr. Mario has beaten Simon before, which gives us all hope that Simon won't win that Crystal League match, because that would really change things in Ultimate Dream Team. Really change things. But they have fought before, and Dr. Mario won. Dr. Mario has 2 wins to his name, so if he beats Simon and then beats Pokemon Trainer, he'll also be on 4. Then we've got a bit of a free-for-all. One step at a time. This is a nice peaceful match here. Palutena, who's in Magnum Condoms, and the Pick Crew, I believe. Yes, and yes to both of those comments. And Marth is in Team Nuggets, who need all the wins they can get. Marth at the moment fighting well, and Marth wins. There you go, Molly. You should keep buying me nice t-shirts. We've had some good luck here. Marth gets the win. Palutena, 12 for 15. Goes down to 39th. Which, she's pretty safe. Oh, Marth's actually just underneath her at the moment. 12 for 14. Marth goes above Palutena by 1 rank and has now gone up 8 positions. Marth pulling in a bit of a fight when necessary, because Marth was looking at relegation and saying hello. And that could have kept him safe. But we'll see. Round 3. We start with another Crystal League. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be Crystal League number 5, I think. 4 in the first round. Yeah, this is Crystal League number 5 between the two Cosmo Vipers and 1st and 5th place. How many points are between them? 5. But that would go to 3 if Villager wins this, because obviously Villager wins one, Seth loses one. Very interesting matchup. Finally, Sephiroth prevailing for everyone who's picked him. Still the only guy on more than 30 wins. But at the moment, Villager is dominating. In the last 2 tournaments, Villager's been so good. Great pick there from Jaff. Okay, Seth is back in the game. And there's a special again. He's going for it. We saw what happened last time with that. But no, Villager manages to get there. Oh, Seth's picked it up. And uses it in mid-air. I have no idea what's going to happen here. Technically, it should be game, set, and match, right? It is. Sephiroth wins. 3 wins in a row. MVP. Still going strong. 32-13. He is on 19, and Villager slips down the ranks. No one wants to face Sephiroth. And obviously, that was a Crystal League match, I should say, as well. So Villager back down in 6th. And now there's a 4-point gap between Sephiroth and King Dedede, which could be very good for Sephiroth's opportunity to reclaim what looked like he might lose it, but MVP. And I don't know if I just said this, because I should have said it, but that was obviously a Crystal League match, which Sephiroth has 2, and they've both been against Villager. Tough times for Villager. Obviously a Cosmo Viper got through as well. Sephiroth could have another Crystal League match here if Shulk wins. But I'm going to be rooting for Pikachu from the Energy Source, because Pikachu is obviously in a few Dream Teams. Shout outs to everyone who picked Pikachu. When life gives you lemons, Jamie moving up the ranks. And wow, not moving up the ranks. Nath, you're still in the same place. I should probably see you as Sephiroth now, shall I? King K. Rool rules. When life gives you lemons, Mega Drive, and Boom Makalaka. Interesting stuff going on. Well, it's not going to be a Crystal League match because Shulk just ran off the screen. But, great win for Pikachu, can I just add. Shulk was almost too fast there. Goes down to 23rd. Whereas Pikachu, 15 for 14 in the plus, 32nd. Pikachu, easy match in the next round. Come on, I'm all for an Energy Source fighter winning, so I'm pretty sure there's been no Energy Source fighters who have won a tournament this series. I'm pretty certain. Or even 2nd place. I can't remember, but at the moment we have no one in the final. Anyway, we'll look forward to that next round, but here we are, Emerald League final. It feels like. If Simon wins the Emerald League. If Dr. Mario wins, nah. No one has Dr. Mario. Few people have Simon, and if Simon wins, that would help Benny P's case to winning Series 2 of Ultimate Dream Team. But also, when life gives you lemons, Jamie, you're actually also doing well, but I'm going to comment on that if Simon wins. That's where things would change. And so far, it's a very good fight. They are both very close. Simon got a whip. Dr. Mario turning things around. This is intense. There's a final smash there. That's a good hit there from Simon. He's not giving up. That's it. Oh, God! Okay. So, Simon. So, guys, if you've just tuned in, which would be really strange if you have, I'm not sure why you'd do it like that. Dr. Mario's gone down to 32nd. However, Simon wins the Emerald Crystal League, stealing it away from Dr. Mario in the last... Not Dr. Mario, beating Dr. Mario. Stealing it away from Solid Snake. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. For everyone who has Snake, oh, that is a disaster. That's all he was holding on to. But Simon now is the winner, which means he gets +5. So I'm going to add that on right now. He's on 17, so he would now be on 22 wins to 14 losses, which puts Simon, holy shit, up the ranks, I should say. He's climbed 23 ranks and is currently in 9th place thanks to that crystal win. That's impressive. He's on the same points as Dark Pit now. He is the favourite to sort of climb that, and that is for the Gorilla Limon as well, who were right near the bottom, and that has sorted them right out. Not that much, but pretty good. And Dream Team, damn. Look, okay, right. As always, I'm going to have to stop here because there's so much to change over. So bear with me for a little bit whilst I do that. Yeah. Congratulations, Simon. Love you, Simon. Okay, guys, as we're in the semi-final now, there's no point of going to the archives just yet because we're just going to end up going back. So I will hold it for now, but lots has changed. So make sure you stick around to the end because Simon just won the Emerald Crystal League, which I was not expecting at the start of this series. But that now puts him in the Obsidian Crystal League, which he's not going to face anyone this time round, but welcome. That's 6 Alpha League fighters in the Obsidian Crystal League now, so probably a bit too late to win this series, but stranger things have happened, right? Because, whew, Simon just won that. Anyway, Pokemon Trainer, recovering. Pokemon Trainer ranked 11th for the Gumtech. Gumtech's last fighter versus an unlikely Marth for the Energy Source. Not the only Source fighter through to the semi-final. And Marth lives. That star that kills people has not killed Marth today because the level is not big enough. That may give me time to read what that warp star is called, because it's not called a warp star, it's called a super launch star. Throw it to create a star-shaped gate which will launch fighters that enter it. So it is literally built to kill, because it does usually. Just not on this level today. Okay, now there's lots of assist trophies out, but I don't know whose is who. I don't know what's going on. There's some bees there. Bees! But yeah, like I said, I really want a Source fighter to win. Or even come second, because that means they could at least attempt to qualify for the Grand Championship, because at the moment, the Source have no one through. Close game though. Prefer to see this from fighters. Marth wins! That's another win for Team Nuggets and of course for the Energy Source, who now have 2 fighters in the semi-final. This is a great opportunity. And Marth, 13 for 14, is now 38th. And no one saw that coming. Absolutely no one. Lots of shocks this tournament. This was better than I thought it was going to be. Pokemon Trainer goes down to 13th. And Marth goes through to face Simon in the next round. So all these people now are in Ultimate Dream Team. So a bit better than last time with Refit Trainer and Isabel. As we enter the semi-finals, and first up is Sephiroth, number 1, versus Pikachu, ranked 31 for the Energy Source, versus the Vipers, who... The Vipers are the only team to have moved at the moment. They've gone up to 3rd. 3 points away from top. So the Vipers winning here could be crucial. And it's looking bad for Pikachu. Mosquito. No way it's gone. Hopefully it didn't bite me. Big hits there from Sephiroth, who has yet to win a tournament or even come second at the moment. Could be back for him. It's a good attack there from Seth. Pikachu's not giving up. Come on, Pikachu. Sorry, everyone who has Sephiroth. Okay, Pikachu's picked up a really good Pokemon, which has taken Sephiroth. That could kill him. He lives! He's on a big percentage, but Sephiroth lives! He does not give up! Pikachu can't get the win! Come on, you can do it! You can do it, buddy! Do it for the Source! Source needs you! MVP. The MVP is back, baby. Sephiroth, 33, obviously, to 13. Wow, he's on 20 in total. Incredible. Incredible fighter. AI. AI. I don't think so. He's built different. Sephiroth. Rank number 1 is through to the finals, which could be excellent for so many dream teams. As Simon and Marth face off, Limon versus Source, the bottom 2 teams. A win here could be crucial for any of those. Who has Sephiroth? Lots has changed. I said nothing's changed. So much has changed now. I see lots of reds and greens in the Ultimate Dream Team, so I can't wait to cover that. But who has Sephiroth? When life gives you lemons, King K. Rool rules, Mega Drive, and Boom Makalaka. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy good. Anyway, Marth versus Simon. Simon, who is in our top 2 teams at the moment, who have got a bit of a lead now thanks to that Crystal League match. Simon is looking the favourite to win here. If he wins this tournament, that will be a crazy, crazy story for Simon. Marth's not giving up again. Marth should be proud of himself. Would be good to see a Source fighter through. We've already lost one to the MVP. I want to see Marth face off against Sephiroth. Great hit there from Marth, who wins! And the dream ending for Simon hasn't happened, as Marth steals it away. Simon, 22 for 15, moves down to 11th. But a great, great rank increase for Simon there. Marth, 14 for 14, and showing how it's done, avoiding relegation like the plague, as Marth gets through for the energy source, which means at least we'll have someone who has the potential to get through. So I don't think we have anyone to get through to the Grand Championship. So that's good news. But does face off in 34th place against the Cosmo Viper. That is Sephiroth, ranked number 1, who is in lots of dream teams. And Marth is only in 1. Team Nuggets, who are no longer last. Now that is taken by the winners of last season, the Wonder Boys, in 15th. Who's going to win? I kind of want the Source to win. Of course I want the Source to win, but everyone loves seeing the MVP do well, right? Oh, Marth, great attack there. And has picked up that little sprout, the hill sprout. But Sephiroth still is landing much better attacks. Marth needs that sprout. Okay, good hit there from Marth. Bad stuff. Very hard to keep up with, but they are both on quite low percentage for almost a quarter of the fight gone. Marth's picked up something called a lipstick, which I know from Smash Melee. The final is not the time to go through items, because I'm pretty slow at that. That's a good hit there from Sephiroth. We're almost to a minute. Okay, little Vulpix there. Marth going to get that other Pokeball. Marth is going to get that other Pokeball. Throws it down. It's the D one. I think that was its next one. Marth wins! Upsets all the Ultimate Dream Teams. But Marth, for the energy source, wins against Sephiroth. Oh, boom. You was in the back of my mind there. You've had no one win yet, I don't think, have you? Sephiroth, 33 for 14. It's not going to dent Sephiroth's confidence too much, as he's still 4 points in the lead going into the last Alpha League now. But Marth, who was looking like they were going to be in relegation, he has now moved up to 31st, which is D tier. So he started in C tier, went all the way down to like D1, near D1, and is now in D. That is incredible. Moved up 16 places. Marth literally saved his own bacon there, as Marth becomes the winner of Alpha League number 7, and that was a crazy, crazy tournament. Probably one of the best we've seen, because so much happened there that there's so much to unfold going into this next stage. So stick around, everyone. Well done to Marth and the Energy Source for finally getting a fighter through. Yes! So happy with that. Sorry to everyone who has Sephiroth, but it's probably not been too bad for you. We're about to find out. You're about to find out. That's from South Park, if anyone knows that. So we have a lot to unpack here, so I'll try and go through it thoroughly. This may be a bit of a longer archives, because obviously for the second to last Alpha League tourney, that was huge. So anyway, not much actually moved up the top, but Sephiroth has got a 4-point lead now on King Dedede after coming second in that tournament. Sephiroth, coincidentally, out of 4 tourneys, he's reached the final, and 3 he's lost, so it's actually not his best moments when he gets to those finals. Dark Pit has moved down. To be honest, like Villager upwards are pretty safe, but the people who aren't safe, King K. Rool, who's yet to fight, as he's the only Beta League fighter in the A tier, and Dark Pit is also in trouble, as you've got the likes of Kirby, Sheik, Pyramithra, who are yet to fight and have been fighting incredibly well in the Beta League, and the newly appointed Simon, who is 11th and has gone up 21 ranks thanks to winning that Crystal League match. It feels like it's cheating, but it's why it's in there. And it's really important to look at those Crystal Leagues when picking an Ultimate Dream Team, because this kind of stuff can happen. This, however, was lucky, because Snake was written in the stars to win the Emerald League, and he has had it wiped from him. It's painful, but we'll get to there. Anyway, who else has done good? No one really worth mentioning there. Obviously, a lot of Beta League fighters have moved up because Alpha League fighters have moved down, so it's not even worth mentioning. Obviously, a very important one that I would like to get to. I should mention Link and Robin both falling down the ranks by quite a bit, with the Beta League fighters obviously having an opportunity to fight again, so they are against it. They need to have a good last tourney. Marth, obviously incredible, moving up 16 ranks, and Marth, who was looking like he was going to be relegated pretty easily, has all of a sudden won a tourney, which for the source is excellent, and for Marth himself is great. People in trouble: Roy, DK and Luigi. So they're the only 3 Alpha League fighters down there now. Bowser's obviously done quite bad and has fallen, but Bowser is probably going to be pretty safe because he's on what? -3, so if he loses the next round, in the first round, sorry, he'll be on -4, which puts him safe. So Bowser should be okay, depending on obviously everyone else. However, Roy, DK and Luigi ain't got much opportunity left, especially if some of those Beta League fighters win in the next round, in the next tourney, sorry. Rounds, tourney, series. Team rank, not much has moved, to be honest. The Fossil Fuels have moved up and are now 3 points behind the Dudes and the Robots, who are joint top with only 3 tourneys left. Everyone else is in the same place, but obviously Gorilla Limon there gaining +5 hasn't helped them. Shows how bad they're doing. Even the Source are now only 1 point behind the Shroom Dog, so well done to the Source, needed that. But Limon, even +5, couldn't really help them. Sorry guys, to all the Limon fans out there. Crystal League stuff. Nothing's happened in the Amethyst or Citron League, so we'll have a look at the new Emerald League, which, as you can see, is empty because someone won it. So it means that everyone has been reset, which is cruel. And I bet you now that Sodding Snake will face someone in the Beta League and he'll win it. You just know. Oh, I can't even bear to watch it. But Simon has moved over to the Obsidian League, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 does have 6 fighters in. And it doesn't feel like we've had many Obsidian Crystal League matches, so Don't know how. Now there's 6 in there, but ups the odds again. So keep your eyes on the fighters in the Obsidian League. So that's Mario, Pichu, Lucario, Kirby, Meta Knight, and now Simon. Obviously Zelda did get that Ruby win match, but nothing important there. And then finally the Sapphire League, which Sephiroth now has 2 as he beat Villager, but the one to look at now is Sonic, who needs 1 more win, which could happen in the next tourney, or it could happen in the final. Don't forget, Sonic has qualified for the Grand Championship final, so if he faces another Sapphire League fighter, I can't think who's in it. Oh, I can look there. So Shulk has the potential to be in it. Little Mac is in it. Villager has the potential to be in it. So there could be a final where a Sapphire League fighter wins in the Grand Championship. So again, stick around because that's going to be quite interesting. And obviously poor old Ice Climbers, they're still on 4 but not seeming like they're going to do much. They need it, but will it happen? Anyway, have a quick look at the Spartan League. Nothing has changed. I thought Simon might have caught up with King K. Rool, but he's still like 4 wins behind him. It shows that King K. Rool's fought pretty well in each tourney, let alone getting that Crystal League win at the start, showing how far Simon is down. Yeah, there's other fighters who've actually had better tournaments than him. I guess Sheik's the same. You know what? Sheik's exactly the same, isn't she? She's 13th. She won a Crystal League, so... and over here, King K. Rool is still the top fighter because, like always, we don't take into account the fighters who were promoted into the main league. So King K. Rool moving up 29 ranks is still there. And finally, and I haven't assessed this yet, so I'm literally just looking at it.
I'm not sure I understand.
According to Siri, they don't understand. We all understand. We know what's going down. Screw you, Siri. See that? Lots of greens and reds. So, let's see what's happened. Obviously, you can probably see already, but let's start at the bottom, just to be a torment. The Wonder Boys have gone down. Sorry, Oz, it's hopeless. But Team Nuggets, who were well far behind, getting a win there for Marth, who's now had 6 in total. 6 wins this series. Paul's Molly to 14th. So, lesson learnt there, guys. Buy me t-shirts. And your team do well, you know. Am I in control of this? Spoiler alert. Tenement Chili's have moved down to 13th, but Makawewi with Sephiroth climbing the ranks there has now gone to 12th. The best of the bad batch. But still 3 tourneys to go. It feels like there's not many. When you put it as 1 Alpha League, 2 Beta, but still 3 to go. The Pit Crew and Nippleback both falling. Nippleback by 3, which is pretty bad. I don't know how to put that nicely. Sorry, Chode. Ash, you're still in 8th. Enjoy yourself in there, mate. It's a nice, comfortable position. Jaff, Magnum Condoms has fallen down to 7th. You were 5th. And the only reason that is because the Round Dominators obviously got that +5 from Simon. So, as you can see there, Simon has had 13 wins now. So, SP has moved up 5 ranks and is now in 5th. Above 7th in the 7th tourney. I had a good feeling about that, SP. Jimmy, obviously you've moved up to 6th, having Sephiroth get to the final. Very good. And Roy, you have fallen down to 4th by 2 points, by 2 places, more than 2 points. Didn't have the best tourney there. Oh, none of your fighters got through the first round. That is... Alpha League sucks sometimes. But King K. Rool rules. Rosie, a solid 3rd there, but it all comes down to 1st and 2nd with the distance, with Simon having won the Crystal League. That means that Benny P and Jamie are both up there. Obviously Benny P was up there anyway, but now there's a 1 point difference. 1 point. Both of you guys have 4 Alpha League fighters. So Oliver did bad, Robin did bad, Simon obviously did good, Mario did okay, Pikachu did good, Simon did good, Sephiroth did good. So Jamie, you had an outstanding tourney there. I can't think what you was on before, but you have moved up quite a bit. Quite a bit. And looking at your Beta League fighters, you both, apart from Jigglypuff, you both have very different fighters. Benny P of King K. Rool, who is obviously the Spartan and Warrior at the moment. So still the favourite, but the pressure has increased now thanks to Simon and a shock Crystal League win today. damn. That was a lot to unfold, right? And I knew that was going to be a good tourney, but not as good as that. So, I don't like Simon. We all know that. I've called him scum before. He beat Sora. Broke my heart. But today, he breaks the hearts of many as he wins the Emerald Crystal League. And that is a way to sign off. One more Alpha League left. So all those Alpha League fighters have one more chance to do some good for you guys. Cool. That's all I've got. It's been a blast. Take it easy. Rest up, and I will see you guys next week.